Let me paint a picture. Remember a time when the internet was sort of synonymous with exploration? For some it was during the internet's infancy, but for a lot of us it occurred when we were young. I first began using the internet in about 2003. Innocently enough, it started with me extracting Godzilla images from Google, printing them out, and putting them in a folder. And from there, each visit was some new discovery. If I had to pick a single year of internet usage that I remember the most, it would have to be 2007. For me, this was the golden year. Every time I browsed the web, I found something new to share with my friends. Let me paint another picture. Remember those computer lab days at school? Those rooms with rows of bulky Windows XP desktops? How about the lack of assigned seats, meaning you could sit next to your friends? You definitely had some sort of project, assignment, research, or essay to be doing, but the real glory of these days was the shit you'd show your friends you found on the web at home. The most common things were programs built into the operating system, like Minesweeper, Microsoft Pinball, Abominations in Paint, or changing the desktop wallpaper to something ridiculous. However, the juicy stuff came from the unblocked gems like Flash websites, YouTube videos, and .exe programs. These were always temporary though, and within days the firewall would add to the exceedingly long block list. So let me bring you back to 2007. 2007 and the years surrounding it were full of stick figures. I mean, there were Flash games like Stick RPG, Sniper Assassin, or Bowman, not to mention animations like Stick Figures on Crack and The Cliff. The list goes on and on. I remember during this time showing my friends in the computer lab one of those lengthy stick figure fight videos on YouTube, and all of us wanted to make our own. But we had no idea how to animate or use something like Flash. Our ideas were so monstrous, but our attention spans were so tiny. After Googling tutorials on how to do this, we came across a program that went undetected from the grip of the firewall, a program that made animating easy, and a program that blew our young impressionable minds away. It was called Pivot Stick Figure Animator. Pivot Animator was created by a young Peter Bone somewhere around the early 2000s. The very first stable release had some gleaming bugs and limitations, like only being able to save videos as .piv or .gif file formats. The second major release, 2.2, the one I grew up with, implemented the stick figure builder, which allowed users to create their own stick figure design saved in a .stk format. My friends and I had a blast downloading others' creations and making our own custom-built stick figures. It also fixed a few minor bugs and added features such as bringing a stick figure in front or behind other figures, and could automatically check to make sure the user didn't lose any unsaved project. This release solidified Pivot's place in the stick figure community and gave a large creative scope to content creators at the time. Pivot continues to be updated. 4.2.7, the newest stable build, was updated in 2019. This added a huge number of features such as the multi-select and the join figures tool. There are countless videos inspired or created from Pivot. I mean, here's just a few, but really the list goes on and on and on. Certain communities such as pivotanimation.org and thedarkdemon.com have managed to recapture that mid-2000s unregistered Hypercam 2 era feel and still create some really cool pieces of work despite the stick figure animation community dwindling. Even if I can't replicate the feelings of my early years using Pivot, the program never ceases to inflict feelings of nostalgia every time I open it up. It's like opening an old spiral notebook littered with doodles for the first time in years. So here's to the animators past and present. May your frames live on forever.